Hi, it's Sachii here, and today I am actually going to paint a watercolor rose. So, I've never done this before. Well, excuse me. I've never painted a rose before. I usually paint flowers a lot, but roses are something that I've never really experienced or dealt with. Don't know why, that's just how it happened. But, yeah, so, bit nervous about this, but regardless, been nervous about almost everything I've done here, so let's go. No background. So the baby blanket that I've been crocheting, the baby's name, or at least a portion of the name, is Rose. So this is why I'm finally drawing a rose for the first time ever. So yeah. And let's see. I'm just loosely, usually I use a blue pencil, can't find it, so improvisation at its finest. Yeah. And I'm doing a frontal of this one as well, just because I'm like, I don't know, the side roses make me even more nervous than the frontal petals. So I'm like, might as well just do what makes me less nervous, because I have to wake up early and pick up a whole bunch of things for the baby. Mostly just to wrap up the present or whatnot. But anyway, so let's see. I might actually combine colors on this one. Let's see. Okay, and then let's add some pink to it. Okay, that's the color I want. I just need more of it. So this isn't working out as well as I hoped, but you know what? This is how I learn. I mean, obviously next time I will, next paycheck I'll buy a spray bottle to help me out with this endeavor. But for now, I'm just gonna do then just, so based on what I've noticed about the rose, it's very helical, meaning, just paint around in circles. So, I mean, this is the impression I'm getting from it based on the picture I got, but I'm also not an expert on drawing roses, so I might be oversimplifying it. Regardless, it's looking pretty decent so far. And then the good thing about this this type of pink is that I can layer it now, and I can make it bolder, or I can make dilute the colors a little bit more. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it bolder because I'm in the business of bold now. In fact, now what we're going to do is we're going to add more red to this, and then I'm going to go into the crevices and make the shadows even darker. Made a mistake there, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm making the shadows a little bit darker, And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the darkness up into the lighter areas to make it a little bit more fluid. And then we'll go from there. I'm really considering adding another color to the center, and it's not going to be red. I'm still deciding in my brain what color it's going to be, but for now it's not going to be red. I need to either dilute that, or I think we need more of that. That one I'm going to go over with, and I think the color is going to be like purple. It's going to be very faint because just need other people have their palettes like they don't have a big hole like I do, and yeah, that's just a big hole in the paint pan because they actually like they spread it out or whatnot. I am just unique like that in that I don't use the paint pan like that, so that's why all my paint pans have big gaping holes in them. I mean, everybody paints differently. So this just happens to be my way. There's no right or wrong way, just as long as you keep your paintbrushes clean. And yeah, okay, so that's good for now. Let's get into the greens. I'm gonna use kind of a lighter green for this one. In fact, I'm gonna use, actually, we'll start off with this green first for the stems. Doing it this way is actually more less efficient. Just because like you have to really dig in to get the paint out. But it's kind of done already. I've had this paint set since I was working in Germany, which is about almost 3 years ago now. And it served me well. I mean, I've used a few other paint sets too, but this one is just the one that I use the most. And it's lasted me the longest, and I'm really like, I wouldn't say attached to it, but this is actually the very paint set that got me into watercolor. So there's a bit of sentiment to it. Then I'll go through and add darker colors to this just because like I'm just starting off with the lighter colors this time just because it's easier this way. And we're gonna do that later. I think this portion, what I'm painting right now, got wet by my hair. I took a shower, so my hair is not very wet, and I might have gotten some on the paper. I'm not sure, but also too, I think this watercolor stock, this happened with another piece painting that I did, so it might actually just be the watercolors itself. Not sure, because I didn't think I got my hair in the paper, but I also never know. So also, if you notice, I'm not wearing my watch. My watch is a Garmin. It has to be charged I charge it every 3 days because I'm lazy, and it has that much charge because even though I work out a lot, it's I don't have to charge it every day, which I really like. And I wear my watch so tightly, which is a bad thing, that my skin is chafing. So I don't do this often enough, but I took it off today because my skin was really chafing and it really needed to charge. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take it off for now. So watch is off. It's kind of weird for me because I just have this Navajo bracelet. But yeah. And I'm getting another bracelet soon. I think it's coming in next week when I'm not here. So a little bummed about that, but yeah. Hopefully within a week I can debut that one. That one's an Amazonite and it's about the same color as this one. Just the properties are slightly different. And supposedly it's supposed to help calm me down and also just build my confidence, because confidence is something that I actually lack. This channel's really helped me with my confidence, but just I do need to build my confidence just a little bit more to be a little bit more successful in what I do, and also just not be too much of a pushover, because I tend to be one, especially at work. So then do that one. Okay, so now we're going to go in with a darker green, and then we're going to try and just highlight some of the, to make the greens stand out just a little bit more. Again, I usually don't mix my colors. Normally it's actually out of pure laziness, but other times it's just because this color scheme is quite robust, in my opinion, for watercolor, that I don't really need to mix. But that's just my opinion only. I am just an amateur watercolor painter who likes doing this. And in the words of many other people, is somewhat talented. I'm still, you know, I know that my technique could use work, especially since I'm self-trained. But considering I'm self-trained, this, like, I'm not angry with how I'm doing, I guess is the right term. Okay, so we're gonna go this one. That's more of an olive green, and okay, and then once we do this, I'm gonna and then I should have started off with that really light green, but it is what it is. We're gonna go into this really dark green now. Again, this is why I do probably need to get a spray bottle just so that I can wet the paints so that they're more even in the pan. But here we are. So I'm just gonna do a few of these, and I'm probably gonna do the ones in the very back, because no leaf is the same color. And I might do this one as well. And whenever I do flower paintings, the only flower I can do without thinking is an orchid. The others I have to reference. Oh shoot, okay. Yeah, the others I have to reference, otherwise just not as accurate. So here we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to freehand this one. And then I'm gonna actually make this a little bit redder because it's a younger rosebud. And also too, it looks like this area of the paper is not catching onto the paint as well. So I'm like, you see how it's like kind of, it's not sitting as well as the other areas. I don't know how to explain it. It looks different. So I'm not fighting it. I'm gonna let that dry actually, because I can't paint over it because of how it is. I'm gonna, with these, this one is just gonna be a rosebud here, and then another rosebud here, and I didn't add enough white on that one, but that's okay because it's not meant to be perfect. It's just meant to, you know, if you can tell it's a rose, I've completed my task at hand. And I might actually, now that that's a little drier, let's go in and assemble a little bit more the colors and blend it out a bit. And then usually when you do watercolors, you want to do lightest first, then darkest. That didn't happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go very quickly over this, these lighter greens with this yellow green, and then I'm gonna go over it again with the actual darker green, so that there's a little bit more layering, I guess is the right term. And then I'm also going to just make sure that the other greens are blended in a little bit more by just going over the colors. Yeah. So oops, okay, well, that one was a big water droplet, but that's fine. And then I think we're good for now. I think that's actually kind of, I'm mildly impressed myself, to be honest. Okay, so now we're gonna, I think I mentioned the baby's name is Rose, so I need to just write out washing instructions. I'm gonna actually write something in here, but this is more personal. This is just washing instructions for the yarn. So okay, and with that, I have the washing instructions. I have this this rose which needs to dry, and I'm kind of mad about that one, but that was a mistake. Mistakes happen. That's what watercolor is for. So yeah, hopefully you learned something from this, and yeah, thank you.